Good morning, guys. We're here at it again at Entourage Hair and Nail Gallery with Carol, the owner, and myself, Tiffany. Um, Today we're talking about nails and brushes, the worst kind. Miss Carol went to New Orleans for the very first time. How did you enjoy yourself?
OMG, I absolutely loved New Orleans.
Okay.
I was a little taken back at how much it reminded me of Trinidad. And while I was there, I found out that they consider New Orleans the most southern Caribbean island than it is American continent. So there is a lot of Caribbean influence, Cuban influence, Spanish influence. It was just amazing. I just love New Orleans.
Okay. And I love New Orleans as well. I've been there several times as well. So, I want to give a shout out to the Big Easy Daiquiri.
Yes, indeed.
The best daiquiri spot in New Orleans on Decatur Street. Let's talk a little bit about what you did while you were in New Orleans and some of the people that you met and how you found the people to be in New Orleans.
So I found the people in New Orleans to be extremely easy. I mean, they've never met a stranger. Everybody's your friend. This is city side of New Orleans as well, but we didn't get too involved in the city side. When we went out at night, we took what is called the pedicabs. And listen, guys, if you're in New Orleans and you're taking a pedicab, ask for a guy by the name of Tree. Awesome pedicab rider. He gave you a good history of the city.
Tree, what's up?
Who that?
Okay, and I see you bought some stuff from New Orleans. Got the Mardi Gras New Orleans cup going on.
Yeah, I went to one of the mask stores. Absolutely love. I was looking for inspiration, stuff that is uniquely New Orleans, and I wanted to be inspired by the colors and how colors play into each other, the combinations that they used. Right. So, I ended up at the mask store, met some store owners, talked to them about, just the culture there. It was amazing.
Okay, so let's talk about your nails. That's always talked about everywhere they go.
So I went in on the advice of Tiff. I went to Decatur Street, and I think it's 510. I'll look up the address for you. You need to go there. I'll link it in the.
It's 910 Decatur Street. It's called the Big Easy Daiquiri. Yes, you guys know I'm a little bit of an alcoholic. Only on vacation though.
Yeah, so I met a bartender there. Her name, she goes by Mo, and Mo liked my nails. So we strike up a conversation. She was due for a fill. So I was like, you know what? I would love to shoot a YouTube video while I'm here. Let me see if I can find some product. And if I can, I will hook a sister up, right? Well, the hardest thing to find in New Orleans is quality nail product on the ground. Like I can find a beauty supply store that has, this is the best I can find at CVS.
Which is the Kiss Kit. And most CVS's, Walgreens, all pharmacies have this kit right here. It absolutely sucks.
So I mentioned the pedicab driver Tree. I was in CVS and I was looking for a kit. This is all I can find. The problem with this is my first problem I encountered was I needed a brush. I didn't have a brush with me. So Tree got on his bike and he took me to several beauty supply stores. And we did a video recently on good bad brushes, and we talk about the Kolinsky that these brushes are made out of. Mm-hmm. The only thing I can find was brushes made with pony. I never knew that brushes could be made of pony. The problem I found with the brushes that I was finding there is that the monomer will melt the pony. And so the product kept sticking in the brush.
Into the brush. Do you have the brush with you?
I actually have it in my suitcase at home, and I will have to show it on yet another video, but it was awful.
Okay. So in this kit, guys, Miss Carol.
So this kit has, it has everything you need to do nails, and I've seen other people use it. You have a buffer.
The buffer, the
it came with
glue, the monomer.
It has the nail glue. Actually, this is the
primer.
No, this is the to keep the monomer from smelling really have a high odor.
Oh,
so they have yes,
one of those in the kitchen.
yeah, they have one of those. That was amazing. It has the nail glue. It has a primer, and it came with some clear powder.
Nails in a file like normal.
Right. So, and then on the bottom, there's a second part to this. There's a drawer here, and it had the tips. It has emery board, a nail file, and it had a little brush in here. So I knew enough to know that, you know, this wasn't going to work.
Right.
It wasn't going to work really well.
Because in our last segment, we talked about good, bad brushes, and this was one of the brushes that wasn't the best.
Right. This was, we advised that you don't use this. So I ended up having to use it. It was horrible. But what I really wanted to do was, and I bonded over nails with Mo, and needless to say, it was a horrible experience. The nails did not come out good, but we knew why. Like the moment you stick the brush in the monomer, it was awful. And we were rooftop of this restaurant. I can't remember the restaurant, but it was so kind. We had a great view. So at the end of this video, we would link that video where I was doing her nails. And we made a date to come back. And when I come back, I will actually bring my kit with me so I can actually do some reviews.
So Entourage Hair and Nail Gallery takes over New Orleans, Bourbon Street, Mardi Gras season.
Yes, so look for us. We'll be in New Orleans. Look for the collection, the collection we're going to put together before we get there. So that's one of the things I got inspired to do while I was there, is to work on a collection that I can do while I'm there.
So we know that this was your kit that you were using. How did you get your e-file? Did you find an e-file? What kind of e-file did you get? Tell us a little bit about the e-file.
So the very next day, the day I was actually going to do her nails. So the first day I met her, we made a date for me to do her nails. So I was like, listen, it's bad enough I don't have a good kit. Let me see if I can find an e-file. And so I ended up taking a cab to across the bridge, and we went to a Sally's Beauty Supply store. And I bought this e-file. And you know, I don't know, I had second mind about doing it, but this one is actually going to be going back to Sally's because
she has 1,001 e-files and really doesn't need it.
I don't need another one, but I needed one while I was there, and I figured if I go to Sally's, I can get something decent. I don't know what it is about this e-file. Listen, guys, I'm gonna show you that I'm not just being picky, okay? I got e-files up the yang. So I have this one by iGel that I love, and I have 2 nail stations in this studio, and so I have this one to the back, and I have my Kiera Sky up here to the front, right? So I have experience using other e-files, is what I'm trying to get at. And so I didn't have a very good experience with this one. So
what was it that bothered you about the e-file in particular?
First of all,
thickness?
Let me see if I can plug this in. There was just something about this e-file that I did not like. No, I did not. I guess I have too much great experiences with other e-files that this one just did not perform the way I anticipated it would. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, I actually owned one of these before in the past when I first started, and there's something about the quality of the e-file that this one did not perform like the first one. Or maybe because I did not, look, I don't know what's wrong with that e-file. I didn't like it. And I wouldn't recommend it. I just felt like it didn't perform the way the other e-files that I own perform. So I have this one by Melody Susie. I use this one at home. And then I have another one that I use at home as well, that I love. I can go between any of these e-files at home whether I'm upstairs or downstairs. If I'm downstairs, I'm using this one. If I'm upstairs, I'm using this one. So I got nail studios everywhere, right? So this one, it just did not perform the way I anticipated an e-file should have performed, right? And from the company, the Medicool, I think it is, yeah, I actually expected a little bit more from that one. And somewhere around here, I have my very first e-file, which was also a Melody Susie, but it was one that plugged into like a phone charger,
right?
A really small one. Yeah, we're gonna repackage that and take this back to Sally's. I think I have a receipt in there somewhere.
Sally's, you gotta do better.
You gotta do better.
We need better e-files.
Then the brush that I got a brush at Sally's while I was there as well, and I anticipated, because it was a Sally's brand brush, that it would actually perform a little bit better.
But that was the one that was
melting. It was melting, and it was the bristles just was not.
Sally, you gotta do that.
Yeah. It was really what I did find though is that there's a market for what we do in New Orleans, and anyone who's aspiring to do nails there will have to order their stuff online. Whereas here, we just jump in the car, couple bucks down the street. We have a nail supply store that has everything. So
and when we say nail supply store, by the way, Nasia, hi.
Shout out to Nasia.
It's like a hair store, but just everything that you can possibly get for your nails. It's the truth. Again, shout out to Nasia.
Nasia, we love Nasia. Okay, so it's very important when you're learning or when you're doing nails that you actually have the absolute best. As you guys can see, I have a variety of stuff from OPI to Not Polish,
Kara Sky,
Glam and Glitz,
Valentino.
Young Nails, Valentino. If you're not using good stuff, you're not going to get good quality.
Right.
So we ended up having, the atmosphere was perfect, the company was perfect, the tools and the product was not. So I am actually going to edit that video and I'm going to post it linked to this one just to show, when the importance of using the right products and tools.
So when I went to New Orleans, I experienced the exact same thing. I love the people in New Orleans. They're so warm and inviting, and the atmosphere is just a great thing. Can you tell me a bit about what you decided to do in New Orleans? Because I know it's very voodoo, very Madame Laveau, very ghouls and goblins. Tell me, what did you experience while you were there?
So while I was there, we had we took a bus tour. We had an option of doing a swamp tour, riverboat tour, or an overland bus tour, and we decided to do the overland bus. So I wasn't too comfortable with the alligators, whether I was eating them or I didn't want to eat them. I didn't want to see them. But anyways, we took a land tour. Had a great tour guide and an awesome driver, Keisha. Hey, Keisha.
Hey, Keisha.
So we found out that some of the myths people have about voodoo is that voodoo was a religion practiced by a lot of people in New Orleans. And now I think one of the shopkeepers said there was just one voodoo priestess left. The younger people are not really practicing. And that really was a religion that got demonized, right? So, of course, I'm not practicing voodoo, but I like the touristic side of, the stuff. I came back with a bunch of stuff. So, but anyways, I got inspired to do a set of New Orleans nails, which I'll be dropping soon. And we will be going back for Mardi Gras. We'll be going back for Mardi Gras. I already sent in an application for getting my license there, so I'll be working there legally. And we'll be doing like press-on sets that people can buy, and I'll be shooting videos with my interaction with the people doing sets and stuff like that.
Right. I know that you went to be a comfort to your sister.
Mm-hmm.
And while you were there in New Orleans, you met some great people. You saw that there was a market for us down there
Mm-hmm.
within the dynamic of Mardi Gras and other little things that they have out
St.
there.
Patrick's Day.
So we are going back out there and trying to bring Entourage to New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. Super excited about that.
What is it that really, when you got there, what was the first thing that made you say, oh my goodness, I'm in love? I have to go back. I have to do the nails. Was it the colors? Was it the people? Was it the bling? Because we know you're a blingage.
I'm a blingage.
We know you're a blingage.
So, I don't know. I came out of the chute of the airplane into the airport, and I was like, I'm in love. I don't know what it is. There was a zen atmosphere at the airport. And then my sister and I was in a cab heading to the hotel, and we commented like there's certain parts of New Orleans that reminded us of where we grew up in Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
And only later to find out that there's a huge Caribbean influence there. And I found out that Mardi Gras was modeled after Carnival.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know anything about Trinidad, Carnival is a religion for us there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
As Mardi Gras is for New Orleans.
As Mardi Gras is for New Orleans. So it didn't take me but a second to feel at home in New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just really exciting. And I got a lot of compliments on my nails there. And I visited a nail shop while I was there, and they do good nail work, but they stick within sort of like the lines of a basic set, maybe hand-drawn, not a whole lot of bling. And so I was walking down the street and my hands was attracting attention. Everybody wanted to know which shop I was working out of. Can I get an appointment? And I said, well, sure, if you want to come to Maryland, you can. But that inspired me to look for an opportunity to work there.
Okay. And New Orleans is a very old state, so they don't have a lot of big city stuff that goes on in there other than their partying.
Right.
Do you think that there's a potential that we might be having a little Entourage nail salon in New Orleans?
The things
Inquiring guests want to know.
The things that make you go, Yeah, definitely. You know, look, I wanted to buy a house. I just wanted to move, you know. So no doubt we are looking for the feasibility of moving to New Orleans, traveling back and forth. Most definitely will be on the ground when they have major events going on, because when I look at my nails, I see party, party, party. And I feel like the people there appreciated it. If I had a kit with me, I probably would still be filing somebody's nails right now.
Right. So New Orleans, thank you for making my sister feel at home and bringing her back home safely to me. We will be there before you know it. Entourage Hair Nail Gallery. Please, 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 please be prepared, because we're coming with everything that we have to give you guys.
Okay.
Would you like to say anything else about your trip, or anything about your nails, or
Listen,
just that you're glad to be back?
The daiquiris were great. I'm a huge James Bond fan, so I was looking for, anything that I found the street that's on the corner that they did the James Bond movie in Live or Let Die. Just fun.
NCSI New Orleans.
NCSI New Orleans. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a whole lot. It's beautiful. We visited the quarters where Jay-Z and Beyonce and Nicolas Cage and Goodman owns, just a celebrity home. A lot of the jazz musicians who are big,
come from New Orleans.
They still live there. They still maintain a home there. So, it's a place where you can go away and be a big star and still come home and just be yourself.
Right.
I absolutely love it.
Well, we love New Orleans. Can't wait to see you guys. Thank you.
See you guys on the next go round.